Hello and welcome back to the Tintin podcast. It's a rather sleepy morning today. I'm Tim.
Sunny morning.
Sunny morning, another quarantine morning. Uh, why not use quarantine as an opportunity to sort out your sleep cycle? It's an opportunity, baby. It's not just a bad thing. And in the same vein, why not use this as an opportunity to listen to some albums which you might not normally listen to? Now, these aren't hot new releases, these are albums which may, in the case of mine, have suddenly been released on Spotify but have been around for quite a while, at least 4 years, I think. And in your case, I'm sure, Tom, that they may be some albums which have also been around for quite a while. But regardless, these are albums which we haven't reviewed yet for various reasons. Because normally, we're a podcast which talks about upcoming albums and albums which are hot off the presses. But these are just some things which we've been listening to in quarantine because we have had a lot of time. And so there's some rando COVID quarantine recommendations for your listening pleasure. And without further ado, we'll do them one each. My first one, I'm just gonna shout out Machine Girl's Wolf Girl. It is just come on Spotify after I've listened to this album an innumerable amount of times. It is one of my favorite albums ever. Um, it's a very whacked out fever dream mix of drum and bass, jungle, EDM, almost hip hop. It's so strange, and it has all these otaku Japanese movie like scenes as the samples, or Japanese children's nursery rhymes at one point. It's very weird, very weird, and you can watch Machine Girl on YouTube as well for free. It's a very strange movie about a girl who has like a minigun for an arm, if you wanted to know, and it's very very weird. There's these delightfully toxic beats, and it's very hypnotic and just great to work to. It's 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 this really cursed project, and I really can't recommend it enough. Uh, and that's my first one, Tom. What's yours?
I'm gonna throw it back to November the 6th,
Mm-hmm.
2015. Grimes's Art Angels,
Ooh.
her best album.
Uh-huh.
And it has like a fun poppy style throughout, but it's also got still quite sinister undertones. This is the first album where she did good production for herself, because it's gonna be quite controversial, but I think the production on Illusions is boring.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some humongous singles on it, like Flesh Without Blood, Belly of the Beat, and Kill V Mime, as well as
Those
Reality.
cool titles, bro.
The visuals are also very cool. Got some other bangers on there like Pin and the title track, as well as Venus Fly with Janelle Monáe. They're sort of looking at some type of weird alt reality, as well as tracks like California, which basically shit on the shiny dream that is what everyone sees California to be.
Mm-hmm.
Actually saying they only love me when I'm feeling sad.
Because then you're making albums.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, damn, bro.
It's all quite abstract. There's lots of guitars though, but it's all a bit weird. There's lots of cool breakdowns as well.
Mm.
And yeah, I can't recommend the visuals for this album enough. Like on on the thumbnail I made of her with like the angel wings and the boxing gloves and the
Yeah,
fangs.
yeah, yeah.
That's the Kill V Mime video. Just like in a subway.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know where all those like strange concept art like pieces of Grimes as a weird alien came from? Is that from that kind of era as well?
Wait, what ones? Oh, the War
What?
Nymph. No, that's
Yeah,
that was
I,
this album.
I guess. Yeah. I
Because
didn't.
she's no, that's her like because she's pregnant. I think that's the baby.
Okay. Oh wait, like that's that's so weird. It
It
makes
is
sense in a weird way.
because it does look a bit like her. Like on some of the visuals, it's given the baby her tattoos.
Hmm. What the heck?
I know it's a bit weird,
I
but
guess
I
I
think
guess you just shouldn't question an artist like Grimes. No, I think they're above.
uh, I think there's also some very disturbing verses on a lot of this
Mm,
stuff. So going over open mics, if you just listen to it, it will just sound like a really sugary pop album.
yeah.
And I guess it is that to a degree, but at the same time, it's just kind of crazy.
Hmm.
Like Kill
So
V Mime is from the perspective of like guys just fighting and being stupid.
that sounds pretty epic. Yeah, that sounds pretty epic, bro.
And there's also a song called Screams that has the same Taiwanese rapper that was on one of the other songs on the new album.
Yeah.
And the
Was
chorus
the
is
singer.
literally just screaming.
Okay, all right. I think I'll give this a go because it's kind of in the same vein as my two albums as well. Essentially, just every day the news is turning darker. Governments are taking on yet more emergency powers, and we are slipping ever closer and closer to dystopia. So why not um, check out these albums, which are kind of sonic dystopias of sorts. And the second one I'd like to talk about is called "Drowning in the Sewer" by I don't know how to say their name. I think it's Sewer Slaved. Um,
Has it had the
and
vowels taken out?
it's had the vowels of slaved or like sloved. I don't know what it's SLVT. Sewer SLVT. Um, and so this, much like Machine Girls music, is a mix of various elements of kind of underground electronic music with nice like it's not nice, it's a really good hypnotic mix of sounds again, of these punchy beats and and at the same time these elements of ambient music though, which is missing from Machine Girl a lot of the time. There's some songs which are just kind of ambient electronic music with disturbing samples. On one of the tracks on one of the other albums, uh, it is just like a woman crying in the background with this ambient, like very spacey, very like sugary kind of ambient track going on in the background. It's very hypnotic, very kind of. There's a lot of space in the music, and at the same time, it's able to be very like violent with some of the beats. There's Drowning in the Sewer, I think, is kind of a concept album about dying. But it's a really captivating listen. Elements of jungle, drum and bass, like more drum and bass kind of sounds than like others in the mix, but it's a really really interesting album, and I just found it on YouTube. It's been pushed around by the algorithm, much like Wolf Girl was a couple of years ago. So if you listen to that kind of music, you'll probably have seen it come up. It has the same kind of video gamey 2000s aesthetic that Machine Girl has, especially for Wolf Girl and one of their other albums. I think I Can Hate You Because You're Young, something like that. But yeah, so it's this kind of retro futuristic aesthetics, nostalgic yearning for simpler times, ambient soundscapes pulling you into the sewer slave's void, and you drown in the sewer too. So these are two very hypnotic gifts from seemingly some other plane of existence, which never failed to dazzle me, and with their delightfully toxic beats. And both links to the albums, which are free to listen to on YouTube, will be provided in the description if you'd like to check them out. They have it has like a really interesting PlayStation 2 aesthetic on the album cover as well, which I think is very cool. So yeah, that's Drowning in the Sewer, and don't drown in sewers.
For my second album, I've gone for something completely different. A an R&B album by the name of Brown Sugar. It's D'Angelo's debut, baby.
Oh damn!
It's a funky, groovy, soulful number with the songs primarily about love, but crucially, not a single boring slow jam.
Huh?
So you got the title track, just got this heavenly detail of this brown skinned lady, as you probably guessed by the title.
Okay.
So got a really great jazzy vibe running throughout it, and even almost a jazz standard interlude halfway through.
Okay.
And the vocals, man, they're so good.
I imagine there would be.
Perfect way to kick off the project. He produced most of it himself. Had a little bit of co-production here and there.
Hmm.
Then you got Jones in My Bones, just basically a horny track. Me and Those Dreaming Eyes of Mine is a song dedicated to that relatable moment when you just see a woman and imagine what if we do it. Again, sort of jazzy bits throughout it. Then we got Shit Damn Motherfucker, which is a real
What?
change of pace to this song about walking in on your wife and your friend together.
Epic.
And the story progresses, let's just say that.
Is it like the R. Kelly song where he's hiding in the closet with a gun?
A little bit.
Okay.
Although this is sort of all his verses, he doesn't say anything. He just keeps asking questions, and it's like, why are you my woman? Then why are you bleeding so much? Why am I wearing handcuffs?
Okay.
This is a good time.
Yeah.
Smooth. This one has a proper jazz breakdown, and it's almost like a hip hop boom bap instrumental. But then it's got these really soft pianos, sort of keep it from not being a Wu-Tang type thing.
Yeah.
And it's all about running game on this lady. Then we got Cruising, which is a Smokey Robinson cover.
Yeah.
But it's got a really killer hook, and I think he performs it better.
Claim.
And I love Smokey Robinson. I have a record of his. But he has better songs than that one.
Yeah. That's
then we
cool.
Got sort of We Get By, We Don't Need Anything apart from love. It was almost like a John and Yoko vibe. Lady, another love song, but this one has a killer bass line from Raphael Sadiq, which I also watched the Thundercat video recently where he was talking about his favourite bass lines, and that one was on there.
Epic, that's what we want.
And then it's got a real nice closer as well, so all round.
It sounds like a pretty tight-knit album.
Pretty good. It's only 10 tracks.
Yeah.
But the tracks are quite long. It's about
What does
50
it clock
minutes,
in
I
at?
think. I think 51 minutes.
That's okay. In quarantine,
the grind one's a bit longer than that.
Yeah. I think Both of mine are around 40 to 50 minutes as well. But they feel longer because the pace of the tracks is just so high, and there's just so many of them. Uh, that's like one thing that I would be wary of going into these my two. But I definitely recommend at least one. If you want to like say you like kind of death grips, you like that sort of or Dayfake Mafia and their kind of beats. These are similar to theirs in how abstract they are, but they are more listenable with the beat at the focal point, like not as a supplementary article, I guess. Um,
Whereas one of mine's very fun, and the other one very sensual, which I appreciate. You can't really use the D'Angelo album right now unless you're
oh,
lucky enough to be quarantined with your
yeah,
significant other.
exactly. If you're quarantined with with whoever you're vibing with, then I'm sure that you can vibe together
I
to
am
that.
in no way condoning you breaking social quarantine, social distancing,
Nope,
but play a
no,
lady. This
nor are
D'Angelo
we
album.
nor are we condoning premarital relations
Oh,
because
obviously.
as loyal listeners will remember, we are funded by the Catholic Church.
They help us out.
Pope himself. So yeah. Listen, but don't get too jiggy with it.
Don't get
Otherwise,
ideas.
don't
Don't
get
go
ideas.
cruising.
Don't get ideas. Don't get ideas. All right. So
Otherwise,
without further ado, stay socially distancing. Enjoy these albums. Let us know what you think. And I've been Tim,
I've been Tom.
and uh, socially distance.
Don't high five people.
Don't high five people. Whatever you do, don't high five people. And birds aren't real.